everyone, it's Sharana from Para Weights, and today I'm going to be reviewing Attack on Titan, episode 70, Deceiver. There are a lot of deceivers in this episode, y'all. We got to get into it. So essentially, this episode really focused on Gabby and Falco. There wasn't a lot happening with Eren outside of the information that was leaked, but I'll chat about that as we get to it. But Gabby and Falco, I'm still trying to understand what Falco saw in Gabby this whole time, because while I was rooting for them to be a couple at the beginning of the season, Gabby has to go. She is literally, watching this whole episode, I was just like, is Gabby a psychopath or a sociopath? Like, that was my whole thought process this entire episode. I mean, clearly she's clearly suffering from Stockholm syndrome. This is a clear example of slave mentality as well with her, and how she has this attachment to Marley, who have literally treated them like they're literally slaves there. So I'm really confused as to how she has been brainwashed to the extent that she has, because Falco was sitting up there like, sis, okay, they ain't killed us. Like, why are you still up on this? We were literally enslaved in Marley, but now all of a sudden, these people are the devils who literally could have killed us because you killed Sasha. I still have not gotten over that, but for some reason, you still have all this hatred, and I'm really confused as to where all of this is coming from. But we see that Gabby starts faking like something's wrong with her. So I was like, child, this girl then totally went off the deep end. I don't know what was happening. A guard comes to check on her, and then Gabby literally beats the guard to death. Beats him to death, okay? Beat the brakes off of him, basically. I'm assuming he's dead, because I don't know how you could survive all of that, because we find out that she was actually beating him with a brick, had blood all gushed out. And Falco had to stop her like, girl, stop, he down, he dead. What you still hitting him for? So she's still upset because, you know, they destroy where she lives. She's upset because now she knows that Zeke was this double agent, that they were basically working with a traitor. And so she just has all this anger, child. And so I guess she was taking the anger out on the guard. But I was like, there is like something really wrong with you. And I just don't understand how you became this way. Because nobody else out here running around trying to kill people just for helping them like you are. So I'm really confused. But they end up running, they run all the way through the night, trying to get away. And so basically, Gabby is on a suicide mission. So I was really like, Falco, you need to go ahead and leave Gabby, because she's only going to lead you to your death. Because you heard her when she said, hey, I'm just trying to find Zeke before we get captured and killed. And I said, Falco, let this girl go. Okay, I understand that you was in love with her, that you have a crush on her, but she is not worth your life, Falco. I don't even understand how you're still attracted to Gabby after all of this foolishness that she has put you through. And I just somebody pray for him. Somebody please. He's the one that's in the sucking place. Gabby is beyond the sucking place. I don't think that Gabby can be saved. I don't think it doesn't matter how nice people are to her. She's going to believe what she wants to believe. But somebody needs to go ahead and save Falco, because I was really confused. But when they get into this argument, because Falco did have a point, like, girl, take off your armband. Like, you're literally going to stick out. They're going to be wondering, like, what the heck is that? They're going to know that we're outsiders. Like, can we try to stay alive longer than what you thought we were going to stay alive for? Just maybe. And so basically, he ends up snatching. She was like, you can do what you want, boo. He was like, oh, do what I want? Okay, so he snatched the armband off like I wanted to from the beginning of the episode. And so essentially, she went crazy on him. But she asked Falco the $1 million question. Why did you follow me? And I'm thinking, yes, Falco. That's the only thing that Gabby said the whole episode that made sense. Why are you still following this girl? Like, literally, it has been nothing but trouble for you following her, but you still have this sense of wanting to protect her. And I guess it could be, hey, we're the only two people from Marley, you know, that understand our situation, what we were going through. So, like, I have to basically stick with her at this point. But it's clear that Gabby is going to lead you to your untimely death. But they end up, but you know what? Actually, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this, because actually, no, I'm going to stop. I'm going to go ahead, because I'm going to do a whole lecture, a whole sermon on how, like, you can't have this slave mentality, how she's been brainwashed so much by living in Marley that she doesn't understand that she was trained to hate her own people, literally trained to hate yourself. And you're sitting up here like, caping for this country that doesn't care about you. Like, I'm still trying to get out of my mind when we first met them and they were literally about to send all of them to their deaths in order to protect, like, they saw their lives less than, that they literally used them as suicide bombers. Like, y'all, help me to understand. I was like, this is a clear representation of slave mentality, of defending your oppressors. And I was just like, you know what? Y'all not ready to go through all of this right now. You're like, sis, this is Attack on Titan. Like, why are we doing this sermon right now? But Gabby was really, I wanted to shake Gabby a couple of times throughout the course of this episode. But when we get into Gabby being a psychopath is when they see this, as they're in the middle of their argument, and this girl comes up and she was like, hey, what are you guys doing out here so early? Gabby had the rock in her hand, and I was like, sis, you finna kill the girl for asking you a question? Did she have a weapon on her? Did she curse you out? Did she disrespect you? She was just asking the obvious question. Why y'all fools out here being loud? You probably woke her up with all this arguing so early in the morning. But she ends up telling, like, hey guys, like, come on, we can, like, you know, come with me. Falco got her not to kill old girl, and he was like, hey girl, just be quiet, just let me do all the talking, because I don't know what's going on with you right now, but the fact that you're trying to kill every person that we come into contact with, and you literally have pretty much killed most of the people that you have come into contact with, it's just best that you're not going to be the representative speaker for us, you know, during this visit. But what really killed me was when they were basically, she was like, hey, I'm not gonna share a meal with these devils. I was like, devils? These practically your ancestors. Why are you calling these people devils? I was just like, wow. But what really took me out was the fact that the people who took her in was Sasha's family. I was like, you guys, this is not what I want in a full circle moment of literally Sasha's murderer being taken in by her family, giving her food, okay? Because at first she wasn't going to eat the food, and even he was looking crazy. Falco was like, girl, can you please eat? Like, what are you doing? I know you hungry. But when she slapped Sasha mama hand, when she slapped her hand, I was about ready to come and check, you know, you got to go. When you scoop them up, you shake them up real quick. I'm about to be like, now I know. I was taking my earrings off again. I was like, now I know that she did not just hit Sasha mama like that, trying to give her raggedy psychopath behind some food to eat, okay? Because it was just ridiculous. I was like, girl, what is wrong? Like, seriously, what is wrong with you? Because you weren't even like this when we were first introduced to you. But I find it ironic also, too, that the person who was literally having like grace on them is the same person who Sasha saved from the village. You remember when she was trying to protect her mother and her father had turned into a Titan, and it was just a whole thing. And so it's really ironic that, you know, she's trying to protect Gabby and Falco, but she doesn't, I wonder would she still want to protect her if she knew that she was responsible for Sasha's death, especially since Sasha's saving her meant so much to her and making her want to be a better person as well. But in the midst of all of this, Hanji going through a child. Hanji said, I'm tired of being a leader. If I knew it was gonna be all of this, I wouldn't have signed up for it. The people know that she lying because there's some of the recruits, like Luis. They basically leaked information that they're holding Eren as a prisoner, and people are like, hold up, so Eren saved the day not once but twice but 15 million hundred times, and you guys got him locked up in a prison? Sis, spill the tea. Why? And I'm sitting here like, yes, why? I don't understand why they keep treating Eren like this. Now, I'm not going to fully defend Eren because Eren is very selfish in how he does things, and he really makes decisions for himself without necessarily thinking about the group as a whole. He thinks about his core people, but he does make, you know, some hot-headed decisions. But I did think that, you know, Hanji is just like, look, I'm not even finna kill y'all because you know what? You guys were right. And I was like, yes, they were. But she was just like, you guys are gonna go be in prison. Y'all gonna be in prison with your friend now. You trying to protect your friend and get him out of prison. Now you're gonna go to prison with him. So Luis and Mikasa, they're having this conversation. And I was really with Luis like, Mikasa, you be ready to like kill the whole world over something happening to Aaron, but Aaron is locked up and you're kind of just chilling. And I'm like, sis, I know you got a lot going on. I know you just figured out where you came from and that has implications for your life. So you're kind of at a crossroads right now. It's not like Aaron finna live that much longer anyway. So I'm really confused. Like, why not break your friend out? You know, I felt like Louise had a couple of points, but we see that she has a flashback to when Aaron actually ended up saving Mikasa. And, you know, from the guy who he had broken in, killed her parents, and Aaron saved her, all this stuff. But yeah, so I don't know what that necessarily has to do with anything. Maybe it was to remind her of the Aaron that she knows, that even though they might think that Aaron has been out of control lately, which he probably has, but she still remembers the Aaron that she grew up with, the boy that saved her. So I'm assuming that's what that was for. But back to Raggedy Gabby and Falco. So essentially, I thought it was really hilarious when the horse basically was trying to bite her head. And she was like, why does this keep happening to me? I said, sis, well, I have a couple of reasons on why I know that all of these bad things keep happening to you. Maybe it's because you killed Sasha. Maybe it's because you're still continuously trying to kill other people and you killed the guard. You've been doing the most. So I feel like karma catching up to you this quickly. I mean, that's pretty amazing, honey. I wish it would have happened sooner, okay? But one of the most things that I find very interesting is her interaction. I think the girl's name is Kayla, and I know y'all will correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong, that Sasha said, but I love how they're having this conversation. First, because they snitched on themselves, okay? So they snitched on themselves, and she was like, dude, I know y'all from Marley. Like, what are you talking about? And then she grabbed the pitchfork trying to kill her, and I was just like, wow, sis, like, with a whole pitchfork, you just gonna try to kill her again. Not for the first time, but for the second time. After she protected you, because they said, hey, what's going on? And they were like, child, she think I'm trying to take her brother from her. And so she saves them again, and she ends up taking them to the town and telling them the story about what happened to her and how she was saved. And I think it's a very interesting conversation because she's looking at Gabby like, girl, what did my mother do to you guys? Okay, you're talking about something that happened centuries ago. You know, you're punishing us for something that our ancestors did. You know, but how does this make sense? Like, this war that you got, it affects people like us, like how they came and trashed your place. Like, you literally took my family. You see, all of us are orphans because of this village that was destroyed, because of you guys, because it's this senseless fighting that is happening based on stuff that people don't even know what the truth is, because it happened hundreds of years before anybody that's actually on this earth right now has, you know, been able to witness. And so you're punishing people and saying that we're devils, but you're doing the exact same thing to us. And so I felt like she was about to get through to Gabby for a moment, because even Falco had to take a break. But no, Gabby, I think Gabby is beyond saving. Gabby is beyond redemption. I feel like she could be taken back into time and Ymir could show her what happened, what was the truth, and Gabby would still be brainwashed. And so she's just a lost cause. Somebody got to stop her. I can't wait for somebody to take her out. You know, I don't be trying to condone violence against children, but for Gabby, I will make that exception. But we see at the end of the episode, we see in a credit scene that they figure out that Zeke is a double agent, and that they're like, hey, we're going to do this global alliance. We're going to take out everybody out on the island. And then they say, oh, and by the way, it'll be 6 months. And they was like, 6 months? And I was like, right, 6 months, y'all? And they was like, you gonna leave Gabby and Falco there for 6 months? I said, now, Falco, yes, I can understand being upset. Gabby, leave her, okay? Because somebody else she needs to be on Scared Straight, because she has some problems. But they're basically saying like, hey, we need to attack now. Or Reiner was like, we gotta attack now. That's what Zeke is banking on. And by the time you guys come up with this global alliance 6 months later, Zeke would already have come up with another plan to beat us yet again. So also too, we see that Kayla actually ends up inviting Gabby and Falco to the restaurant. Remembers the guy from Marley who fed Sasha, and remember he invited the family when they were at the grave site to come and eat. So I don't know what's gonna happen when Gabby realizes that like she is dining and being taken in by the family whose like child they killed. And I don't know what's gonna happen when Kayla find out. I feel like Kayla's gonna kill Gabby. I'm gonna be sitting here like, yes, sis, get her, get all up in her. But I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm very interested to see what is going to happen. But I don't know how they're going to wrap all this up in 5 episodes. I don't know if it's just me, but even though so much happened, like we had a couple episodes just like, oh my goodness, they keep upping the ante every single week. And now it's just a lot of filler. I know there's a lot of things that have to happen. There's a lot of revelations that need to be made, but it's only 5 more episodes and I don't know how they're gonna wrap all of this stuff up. But I'm still here for it, okay? I'm still here for Attack on Titan. But let me know in the comment section below, like, what did you think of today's episode? Do you feel like they're kind of slowing down and we need to amp up the speed again? Don't spoil it for me if you read the manga, because I have not. I'm going to go back and read it after all of this transpires. But just let me know in the comment section below, how do you feel about these last couple of episodes? Do you think they're going to have enough time to wrap everything up? Or is it going to get more fast-paced? Like, let me know in the comment section below. But those are my quick thoughts on Attack on Titan, episode 70, Deceiver. As always, my name is Sharona from Pay Your Weights, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit the notification bell. And I love you guys 3000. And until I see you again,